as you've been trained to do and kill the Malaysian Prime Minister!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for bad guys and gals in movies who never fail to crack us up, whether on purpose or not.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever!
Number 30, Leslie Chow, The Hangover franchise.
You said he was your lucky charm, and you want to take him home with you.
This bad guy is a man of many vices and extreme excess. Stuck somewhere at the crossroads of irritating, vindictive, and hysterical, this pint-sized villain constantly proves to be the bringer of misfortune to the wolf pack, otherwise known as Phil, Stu, Alan, and Doug.
Holla, city of squalor!
An international criminal in the drug world, and one with a unique sense of style, that is, when he's actually wearing clothes, Mr. Chow is definitely the most unpredictable bad guy on our list. Partly because he keeps going from antagonist to protagonist and back again, and partly because he's on a lot of drugs.
You ever do anything that doesn't end up in a standoff, Chow?
I'm an international criminal. It always ends like this.
Number 29, Stranz and Fairchild Van Waldenberg, Blades of Glory.
Nothing breaks up a team faster than
Herpes. Jealousy.
Could there be anything more evil than a pair of figure skating siblings defending their championship? These two give us chills on and off the ice, but it's not exactly for their terrifying abilities. These brats will do everything to get to the top of competitive ice skating, except, of course, any real honest work.
Those two are nothing but a couple of freaks.
Yeah, and the media loves freaks.
They're spoiled, unreasonable, and manipulative, but they have a wicked sense of style, as any Will Ferrell movie villain would. Honestly, they're so evil yet hilarious, it's mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
Did you just say mind-boggling?
Yeah, mind-boggling.
Number 28, Russ Cargill, The Simpsons Movie. As the Supreme Commander of the EPA, Russ Cargill may be the most successful man in America, but he's also heading the least successful government agency, at least according to him.
I'll take care of everything. You know nothing.
But that's the root of what makes him funny, as he takes his job description in a benign part of government to comical extremes.
Well, always leave them laughing.
Cargill is voiced by Albert Brooks, who Simpsons fans know as the voice of another memorably funny Simpsons villain, Hank Scorpio.
Hammocks. My goodness, what an idea. Why didn't I think of that? Hammocks!
Coincidentally, they originally planned to reuse Scorpio for the movie, and you can certainly hear shades of the benevolent supervillain in some of Cargill's most quotable lines.
You ever try going mad without power? It's boring. No one listens to you.
Number 27, Gerard, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Why did you stop the jazz music? Was it not pleasant for you?
In the spirit of unforgettable goofball comedies that came before it, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby gave us one of film's most memorable villains, and Sacha Baron Cohen put his all into the portrayal. As a European F1 racer, Gerard represented the antithesis of Ricky Bobby, who was a Southern American NASCAR driver.
Soon you will know what it is like to be defeated by the hands of somebody who is truly better than you.
Nonetheless, his talent proved to be a toe-to-toe and tire-to-tire match. He was an adversary that forced Ricky to rise to his potential, and he was so funny in doing so. In the end, though, it was immeasurably satisfying to see the two rivals form an admirable respect for each other, figuratively and physically. But the movie never would have been nearly as great of a comedic achievement without Gerard.
C'est fini. Au revoir, Ricky. Au revoir.
Number 26, Lord Business, the Lego Movie.
Oh, wow. That was a great, inspiring legend that you made up.
Lord Business is the villainous counterpart to President Business. And from sitcoms to voting machines, Business keeps tight control over Lego citizens without their knowledge as the charismatic president of Octan.
Would you cancel my 2 o'clock? This next meeting could run a little bit deadly.
But as soon as he puts on his hilariously oversized crown and stilted shoes, he transforms into the mean and ruthless Lord. He also mistakes objects from our world as mystical items, leading to some amusing renaming of household products.
Nobody knows where this stuff comes from. This one is the Cloak of Bandaid.
Voiced by Will Ferrell, Business is a caricature of a cold-hearted businessman through the eyes of a child. The movie also paved the way for Lego's funny take on another comic book villain, the Joker, in the Lego Batman movie.
Do you realize that you have never once said the words, "I hate you, Joker"?
Number 25, Randle Bogs, Monsters, Inc.
What do you know? It scares little kids and little monsters.
Considered by fans to be one of Pixar's most memorable villains, Randle Bogs is a slimy and conniving scarer.
I wasn't scared. I have allergies.
His intense rivalry with top scaring team Mike and Sully at Monsters, Inc. pushes him to stop at nothing to be the best.
Sullivan was twice the scarer you will ever be.
A lot of his humor comes from his physicality. As a long chameleon-like creature with big googly eyes and a crooked grin, Boggs' scuttling movement and hunched standing pose make you laugh even before he opens his mouth. His skin's ability to replicate its surroundings creates visual jokes too, often cartoonishly changing as an involuntary response to his feelings, like a blush from embarrassment.
Looks like you're out of a job.
Number 24, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Well, I got demons running all through me. Come on down here and see it. And hey Jack, now, you get a free demon possession with every exorcism. Now, you can't beat that, can you?
Next up on our list is the title character from Tim Burton's morbid classic, the one-of-a-kind freelance demon bio-exorcist. Played with panache by Michael Keaton, this stripe-wearing creepshow forces his way into the afterlives of Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, who only want to claim their house back from the living.
You know what's really beautiful about this? You two kids picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me. It makes me want to kiss you guys. Come on, give me one.
As a troublemaking pervert, he quickly becomes a major pain in the neck, and that's despite the impressive resume.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
He manages to come back for more trouble in the 2024 sequel.
Now's my chance.
Number 23, Captain Hook, Peter Pan.
And where do you think you are going?
One of Disney's most recognizable and cruelest villains, Captain J. Hook is as fun to laugh at as he is to fear. Though he's presented as a fearsome and murderous pirate consumed by his hatred for Peter Pan, Disney also deliberately softened his dark edges with more humorous qualities that make him surprisingly endearing.
Now let me see, where was I?
Oh, dear, Captain Hook.
Hook's obsessive vanity gives him an air of pomp and campiness that's easy for his enemies to mock. His temper tantrums are constant fuel for slapstick gags, and his crippling fear of the tick-tocking crocodile with a taste for his flesh leads to some hilarious chase scenes. Number 22, The League of Evil Exes, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
We've all had the awkward ex conversation with our significant other, but this is on a whole different level.
What's up? How's life? He seems nice.
What is it about Ramona Flowers that has not one, not two, but 7 jealous supervillains bent on destroying any chance she has of future happiness?
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes. You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends? 7 evil exes, yes.
In this film, Scott Pilgrim, who has a few magical tricks up his own sleeve, has to prove not only his love for Ramona, but also his own self-worth by besting kooky ex-lovers that range from the mystical to the action hero, to the telekinetic vegan, to twins, and more.
Ramona dated twins.
At the same time?
Fortunately for Scott, they all have their own weaknesses.
The weak was the back of her knees.
Wait, how does that work?
Whenever we were making out, I would just...
Okay, enough!
Number 21, Buddy Pine Syndrome, The Incredibles.
After all, I am your biggest fan.
Buddy?
My name is not Buddy!
Syndrome is a classic example of a hero gone bad. After he's brushed aside by his idol Mr. Incredible, when he attempts to become the Robin to his Batman as Incrediboy, Buddy Pine embarks on a vengeance-fueled mission to make all superheroes obsolete.
My name is Incrediboy.
Syndrome's humor is thanks to the over-the-top comedic stylings of Jason Lee, who plays up the stereotype of an obsessive fanboy with way too many toys to play with.
I am your #1 fan!
The Incredibles is Pixar's homage to the superhero genre. And Syndrome is a suitably hilarious take on seethingly jealous supervillains who just love the sound of their own voices too much.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be a good mentor. Supportive, encouraging, everything you weren't.
Number 20, Derek Huff, Step Brothers.
It's so flat. I don't even know. You don't even look good while you're singing. The worst thing I've ever heard. This is $1,200 a week for voice lessons, and this is what I get?
Yet another villain in a Will Ferrell flick. Derek is Brennan Huff's utterly detestable younger brother, who not only inherited the good looks and the smarts in the family, but is also wildly successful and driven and basically everything Will Ferrell's character is not.
I have to sell or lease at least 80 choppers to make my nut, and you mess with my nut, Brennan? Randy here is gonna eat your dick.
What makes him even more annoying is that he loves to rub it in his brother's face.
Looks like your free ride's over, huh? Have fun living on the streets.
Okay, cool. Good chatting, you guys. Bye, Mom.
Bye. Played by Adam Scott, who's known for his corporate douche roles, Derek represents the unfairness and randomness of genetics and the sad reality that you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
What do we do now? We could hug.
Number 19, Wes Mantooth, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
I hate you, Ron Burgundy! I hate you!
Ron Burgundy's arch nemesis is a little like Vince Vaughn himself. We can't stand him, but we know he's necessary.
That's completely uncalled for, Burgundy.
We're just kidding. In this film, Ron Burgundy and the Channel 4 evening news team can't shake the one-upmanship of Channel 9's Wes Mantooth and his band of cronies, as they're always trying to make the guys miserable.
Hey, nice clothes, gentlemen. I didn't know the Salvation Army was having a sale.
The rivalry between Burgundy and Mantooth runs deep, and their animosity reaches its peak in the epic Newsman street fight.
You want to dance, Ronnie? I want a polka.
But by the end, Wes proves himself to be at least a decent human being, as long as you leave the mothers out of this.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint!
Hey, leave the mothers out of this, all right?
Number 18, Saddam Hussein. South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Meet Saddam Hussein, my new partner in evil.
After kidnapping Celine Dion and nearly conquering Canada in the South Park TV show, the former Iraqi president is killed and winds up a permanent resident of hell. This is far from the end of Saddam's story though. In the South Park movie, we discover that Saddam and Satan are ruling hell as an evil power couple.
Saddam, would you let me do my job, please?
Saddam is unexpectedly and hilariously even more wicked and domineering than the devil himself, as he attempts to manipulate Satan into using his powers to take over Earth. Matt Stone's high-pitched, whiny voice for Saddam also defies what you'd expect, making him all the more hysterical no matter what he's saying.
Ah, boy, I'm so excited. Just one more day until we can take over the world.
Number 17, Sack Lodge, Wedding Crashers.
Did you tab that again? Once in my place, then once back in the cab.
Damn! It's what's on the inside that counts, okay, Bradley Cooper? In this film, the usually likable Heidi reveals how ugly he can be by playing the aggressive, all-American jock who's only using his sweet girlfriend to cozy up to her powerful dad. There's no way a guy who is that much of a lying cheater could possibly deserve someone like Rachel McAdams. But what makes us curl our fists is that he's not even with her for the right reasons. However, the stereotypical grown-up frat boy and his over-the-top antics managed to make an idiot out of him while competing for Claire's love. And that's what makes us laugh the most.
And the oil's flapping, he's getting... Give me the eye drops. Thank you.
Number 16, Lord Farquaad, Shrek.
Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Lord Farquaad is DreamWorks' witty gender swap take on Snow White's evil queen, right down to the magic mirror in his castle.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
Farquaad's diminutive stature is a constant source of humor throughout the film, including the perspective trick used when we first meet him, as well as Shrek's comment that the excessive height of his tower might be to, compensate for something.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
His pursuit of perfection in Duloc and his desire to become king push him to levels of manic absurdity, helped by brilliant voice acting from comedy legend John Lithgow.
The ogre has fallen in love with the princess!
And as if that weren't enough, his name is secretly an explicit insult if you say it fast enough.
I've tried to be fair.
Number 15, Victor Vector Perkins, Despicable Me.
I'm applying for a new villain loan. Go by the name of Vector.
In a movie franchise built around the comedic side of villainy, you need an antagonist that can really make them laugh. Thankfully, Despicable Me's Vector really delivers. As the son of the owner of the Bank of Evil, Vector fits into the spoiled, bored, rich kid archetype perfectly, becoming a thorn in the side of the hardworking and empathetic Gru right from their very first encounter. He's flashy and annoyingly talkative, but as irritating as Vector is, he's also a fantastic slapstick character. It's hard not to crack up whenever he fires his trademark squid launcher or uses his butt instead of his fingers on his keyboard.
Squid launcher! Oh yeah!
Number 14, Vini, The Princess Bride.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes?
Morons.
Anyone who's familiar with Wallace Shawn's work would understandably find it inconceivable to take this 5'2" comedian seriously as a villain, since his claim to fame is that lisping manner of speaking of his.
Inconceivable! You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But that, in a way, makes him the perfect casting choice to play the arrogant, Napoleonic thief bent on kidnapping Princess Buttercup for a handsome reward.
But when I hired Vini to have her murdered on our engagement day, I thought that was clever.
His hubris leads to his downfall, however, when he thinks he can outsmart the incomparable Dread Pirate Roberts. Vini is a villain who crawls under our skin, but makes us laugh the whole time. Number 13, Jong Il, Team America World Police.
We've been through this a dozen times. I don't have any weapons of mass destruction, okay, hon?
This puppet put a gut-busting spin on the real-life North Korean tyrant. Voiced by Trey Parker, Jong Il is ruthless, foul-mouthed, and side-splittingly hilarious with every motion and line. He doesn't just stop at maniacal monologues. This villain takes things to the next level by keeping deadly Black Panthers as pets and giving the UN weapons inspector a fatal dip in his pool.
There you go, Hunchbricks! How you like that?
The hilarity hits its peak when he breaks into song, revealing a surprisingly soft side.
I'm Ronery. A little Ronery. Pour it on me.
A puppet with a plan, Jong Il makes us laugh while taking villainy to absurd, unforgettable heights. Number 12, Prince John and the Sheriff of Rotherham, Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad to you.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Yes, bad news in a good way, yeah.
In this classic Mel Brooks spoof, Robin Hood takes a backseat to the tyrannical yet hilariously inept duo ruling England with anything but an iron fist.
How does it work? Well, it's quite simple, really. You just take one of these heavy rocks, put it here, where I'm sitting, and then pull on that lever.
You mean like this?
Prince John, power-hungry and immature, is unforgettable with his ever-shifting mole and fondness for bubble baths.
Stop me if I'm wrong about this, but wasn't your mole on the other side?
I have a mole?
Meanwhile, the bumbling Sheriff of Rotherham is ridiculously incompetent, complete with backwards nervous talk.
Save me, hurt them!
Yes, save them, hurt you, I've got it.
The pair delivers endless laughs thanks to their absurdity, swagger, and exaggerated villainy. Number 11, Harry and Marv, Home Alone.
It's Santa Claus and his elf.
The Wet Bandits are the ultimate slapstick duo of dim-witted robbers.
All the great ones leave their mark. We're the Wet Bandits.
You're sick, you know that?
Their plan? Rob a house guarded by a lone 8-year-old. The catch? This 8-year-old is prepared. The duo experience every painful, bone-crushing booby trap imaginable, but somehow they keep coming back for more. While it may not be funny for them, it is hilarious for us to watch. Despite their best efforts to outsmart a kid, every step they take only leads to more chaos, leaving us wondering how they survive it all. their unrelenting punishment is comedy gold.
Don't worry, Marv, I'll get him for you.
Number 10, Jacobim Mugatu, Zoolander.
Ouch!
Oh, I'm sorry. Did my pen get in the way of your ass?
Oh, Will Ferrell, what will you come up with next? Flamboyant fashion mogul Jacobim Mugatu brainwashes model Derek Zoolander, scheming to have him assassinate the Malaysian prime minister and thus retain cheap child labor.
Do as you've been trained to do and kill the Malaysian prime minister!
Mugatu's tantrums are his crowning moments, each one delivering peak Will Ferrell insanity in the best way possible. With his ridiculous outfits and over-the-top personality, Mugatu is as unforgettable as he is unhinged, making every scene he's in wildly entertaining.
Todd! Are you not aware that I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte?
Number 9, Shooter McGavin, Happy Gilmore.
Five iron, huh? Well, you're fired. Bye-bye.
The most celebrated golfer on the PGA Tour, Shooter McGavin is the main antagonist standing in the way of Adam Sandler's titular Happy getting his grandmother's house back.
You lay another finger on me, I burn the house down and piss on the ashes.
Though undeniably skilled, he is also one of cinema's most arrogant jackasses, relishing in taking the low road to try to get Happy disqualified. Arrogant, conniving, and somehow always hilarious, Shooter is that classic love-to-hate-him character, and honestly, could a 90s comedy even be complete without him as the bad guy?
Just stay out of my way, or you'll pay. Listen to what I say.
How about I just go eat some hay? I can make things out of clay and lay by the bay, I just may. What do you say?
Number 8, Dark Helmet, Spaceballs.
I can't breathe in this thing!
This baddie, as you probably can tell, is based on a certain Sith Lord. However, underneath that massive helmet lurks Rick Moranis, a real ball buster thanks to the power of the Schwartz. He's a short-tempered megalomaniac out to steal a planet's air supply.
We'll find them, catch them!
Yes, sir. Prepare ship for light speed.
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before.
He does this while playing with his dolls, cranking things up to ludicrous speed, and harboring a strange connection to the hero. Like many of us, he hates it when he gets his Schwartz twisted.
Okay, maybe if I put my leg up on yours, we could split apart like... Good, yeah. Right. On 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
Number 7, Ernie McCracken, Kingpin.
He delivers on the goods. Look at him pump up this crowd.
This pro bowler isn't just a jerk. He's the ultimate hustler, leaving Woody Harrelson's character Roy Munson minus a hand and minus his dignity.
I remember that night too, and I don't remember anybody twisting your arm. Oh God, just twisted your arm to Munson.
With his absurd comb-over and dead serious concentration face, Bill Murray's Ernie McCracken revels in his role as the king of cruelty, going out of his way to torment and humiliate his rival at every possible turn. His ruthless antics, shameless swagger, and gleeful malice cement him as one of the most hilariously despicable villains in comedy history.
Which opponent poses the biggest threat to you in the tournament?
If I get drunk and fall down, hurt myself, I might lose. Sure, babe. What's your name?
Darlene.
I'm in 1103.
Number 6, Hades, Hercules.
You got a hunk of moussaka caught in my throat, huh?
Considered to be one of the most popular and beloved Disney villains, Hades is a unique and highly comical take on the Greek god of the underworld.
I got it. I got the concept.
The casting of James Woods was instrumental to Hades' humor, as prior to that, he was originally written as a darker and more serious bad guy, similar to the Little Mermaid's Ursula.
I truly think he does.
In fact, Woods' inspired characterization of the hot-tempered deity as a fast-talking, salesman-like character, cloaking his dark aspirations in sarcasm and misdirection, draws most of the laughter throughout the film. So much so that you almost wish things would go his way in the end.
Guys, get your Titanic rears in gear and kick some Olympian butt!
Number 5, Fat Bastard, Austin Powers franchise.
You know my favorite Helen Hunt movie is Twister!
Few villains make an entrance like Fat Bastard. While we almost went with the roller skating and skin peeling villain Goldmember, Fat Bastard makes us laugh even harder.
You really are a fat bastard. You know, that hurts my feelings. I've tried going on a diet, you know.
This sumo wrestling Scottish accented brute takes gross out humor to new heights. He's much more than just a physical threat. He's an assault on all the senses.
What? I didn't have any corn!
With his unapologetic lack of manners, he's as revolting as he is relentless. Despite his crude humor and appetite for anything or anyone in his way, Mike Myers' over-the-top performance and thick accent bring an odd charm to the character. You might cringe, but you can't help but laugh too.
I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat.
Number 4, White Goodman. Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Involuntary spasm! Look at the show! Enjoy the show!
A fitness fanatic with a petty streak a mile wide, Ben Stiller's White Goodman is the owner of Global Gym, determined to crush all competition, including the underdog Average Joe's Gym. Small-minded and insecure, this beady-eyed one-liner machine will stop at nothing to win a dodgeball tournament and prove his dominance.
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, Mr. Jokey. Joke maker.
But for all his intense fitness obsession, Goodman harbors a hilarious secret passion for junk food, practicing a brutal kind of aversion therapy to contain it. Arrogant and vain, he's the kind of villain we love to hate and laugh at.
Now, you gotta be out of your mind! That is the worst call that I have ever seen! I mean, I'm out here busting my butt, and you come in here with a bush league call like that? That is total bullcrap!
Number 3, Bill Lumbergh, Office Space.
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
This division VP at Initech is just the kind of superior we'd hate to work for. But the reason this corporate stooge makes us both clench our teeth and laugh out loud is that, in the real world, there are a million Bill Lumberghs passive-aggressively asking us to work weekends and to fill out meaningless reports.
Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I forgot.
Yeah.
We don't know if we should laugh or cry at the fact that we can actually relate to these characters who've had enough of being overworked and underappreciated.
Yeah, hi, it's Bill Lumberg. It's about 10 o'clock. Yeah, just wondering where you are.
Bill Lumbergh, on behalf of every 9-to-5er who's ever had to deal with your kind of micromanaging and political correctness, if you could go ahead and F right off, that'd be great.
Here, let me just go ahead and get that from you. Great.
Number 2, Yzma, the Emperor's New Groove.
It is no concern of mine whether your family has... What was it again?
Everything about Yzma screams classic Disney villain. From her head-to-toe black and purple aesthetic to her Cruella de Vil-inspired design. She's also a send-up of other iconic Disney villainesses like Ursula and the evil queen from Snow White, who yearn to be young and beautiful again.
This had better be good!
But unlike them, Yzma's vanity and old age are played for laughs rather than scares, with Emperor Kuzco zooming in on all her worst features in his inner monologue when finding her as his power-hungry advisor.
Whoa, look at these wrinkles. What is holding this woman together?
Yzma is voiced by Eartha Kitt, whose sultry gravitas and scenery chewing completely sell the character. Alongside her pretty but dumb henchman Kronk, Yzma is as side-splittingly funny as she is malicious.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever! Why do we even have that lever?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Dr. Evil, Austin Powers franchise.
Number 2, I make the decisions here, okay? I demand a little respect.
Was there ever any doubt? Taking the top spot is Dr. Evil, Mike Myers' iconic parody of Bond villain Blofeld. This pasty mastermind loves his cat Mr. Bigglesworth, but has zero understanding of monetary inflation, hilariously demanding $1 million, as though it's still a fortune.
Sorry. $100 billion!
Gentlemen, silence!
Dr. Evil's eccentricities don't stop there. He's got a flair for dismissing employees in ridiculous ways, an inexplicably loyal clone named Mini-Me, and a fondness for sharks with laser beams. Add to that the wildest origin story we've ever heard.
Hang in there, Mini-Me. If anything should happen to you, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably move on and get another replica, but there'd be a 10-minute period there when I would just be inconsolable.
What villain cracks you up the most? Tell us in the comments down below.
That's me taking the bull by the horns. That's how I handle my business. It's a metaphor.
I get it.
But that actually happened, though.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.